And welcome everyone to the Black Desert Console Arena of Arsha 2022 Grand Finals for the Asia region. My name is CM Sherna.
And my name is CM Trent.
Sorry,
I just wanted to double check. Our sound is good, yeah?
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Let us know.
This is a tournament setting. We can't start with that. This isn't a normal live stream. But thank you for joining us. It has been weeks of intense action here in the Arena of Arsha tournament, and we are left with just 4 teams remaining in the Asia region.
Pretty much, we got Bishamonten, Give Up, I'm going to butcher some of these names, Wani and Sankasho Kudasai. Okay, cool. So we have 4 teams remaining. These team compositions are completely different from what we've seen in other regions, which is pretty cool. EU has their own certain kind of team compositions. NA has their own, and Asia is going to be a little bit different for some of our, North American or European viewers.
Yeah, definitely. We do have the last Awakening DK, and I believe the last Nova as well in this tournament in the Asia region. They've managed to make it this far. And even more interestingly, it's going to be Korea versus Japan finals. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting matchup to see how this goes today.
Pretty much. But right now, we're going to go into the overview of the entire tournament just to make sure we catch everyone back up to speed. So we've done the round of 32. We've done the round of 16. Today is the semifinals. We're going to do the 3rd and 4th place match. And then, of course, the grand finals.
Yeah, and as always, it will be the 3v3 team match. It will be a best of 5 up until the grand finals, which will change to a best of 9 to decide who walks away with all the prizes. Everything on the line today. And these are the rewards. As you can see, preliminary rounds and any team eliminated between the round of 64 and the round of 16 get 1,000 Chrome Stones and 50 million silver. After that, it's the Arena of Arsha reward box, and then we start getting to the good stuff. We get the pearls, we get the Awakening weapon skin, the Glorious Arsha one, which is super limited, and those Arena of Arsha reward boxes.
And first place obviously also gets that very, very special title. Basically, I'm the king here.
Yeah. And also, it will be a permanent Glorious Arsha Awakening weapon skin for that first place. It will not expire. So they will be super, super hard skins to get in this game.
Very excited to get this underway now. And here we are with our brackets for the Asia region. First up, we're going to have Bishamonten versus Give Up in our semifinals. Again, a best of 5. Then we have Kudasai versus Wani in our second of semifinals. Now, after that, there is going to be a 3rd place match between, those who have lost in the semis. And then our grand finale, again, is a best of 9.
Yeah, and as you can see, in the round of 8, most teams kind of swept away their opponents, except for Wani, who went 3-2 against ABCD. No, that wasn't an error with the naming conventions there. They are called ABCD. And we are going to get into our first matchup. Bishamonten versus Give Up. Machalcats, Yuhe, and Kitunen on Bishamonten, and Enslar, Brittany, and Hard Carry on Give Up. That is an Awakening DK, Awakening Lon, Succession Kuno, and I believe it's Succession Mystic, and then Archer, and then another Suck Kuno.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm pretty excited. These are team compositions that we don't generally see, especially in terms of seeing a Mystic coming up in the finals here. We saw a couple Mystics in other tournaments, but this time they made it to the final, or semifinals at least.
Semifinals at least. And one of these Kunos is going to make it to the grand final. Now, does Kuno share the same curse as Ninja, where they dominate all the way through and then drop off hard when it gets to the finals? Or will Kuno be able to stand alone, head and shoulders above her male counterpart?
We'll see. When we saw some of the round of 32 and then the 16s, that the Mystic that's here, Visual will be the character name, is insane.
Yeah.
Just actually has the movements down, plays Mystic very differently from the conventional methods that we have seen on the western side of the world here.
Yeah.
As well as with, I want to say the Archer is able to play the perimeter properly compared to others. Sometimes some people want to go hero mode. Nah. Agnia, which is going to be the character name, actually plays perimeter properly. These are going to be really cool team matchups, I think.
Yeah, that Archer is very much like in and out quite a bit, like switching between the two. I'm going to be excited to see what the last remaining Awakening DK can do, because DK has, like, the Dark Knight does have this reputation of being incredibly strong.
Yes.
In PvP. So it's going to be interesting to see how the very last one, the last one remaining across all 3 regions, is going to be able to handle the lineup of a Mystic, which might be a little bit too much, because Mystic is pretty good against DK.
I mean, people have been talking about the quote-unquote the ninja curse.
Yep.
However, technically Kuno's here, and they're part of the same tree, so let's see if the curse can be broken. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, it's not a disco Kuno, which is the Kunos I like.
It is.
The
It is not
ones.
the disco Kuno for sure. And right now, you guys heard us talk long enough. We're going to be jumping into the action in just a moment.
Yeah, very, very shortly. The first match of this semi-final will get underway. We're just waiting for the last few things to be cleared up before that starts. What's your take? Who do you think is going to say this one? Is it going to be Bishamonten or is it going to be Give Up?
I want to say when I was watching the round of 32 that Give Up had the better team play and was able to coordinate better. Bishamonten, from what I remember, are dominating. They're very like, let's push as fast as we can. In one of the earlier rounds, they kind of got pushed back, and that kind of set them up in a race, but I'm going to go with Give Up on this one for now.
Okay, so we are getting underway. We are now in the arena, and the teams are getting ready to go. We have Team Give Up against Bishamonten. Give Up are currently Team B, and Team A will be Bishamonten. Let's see how this one goes. They're just waiting for the gates to open up, and here we go. We can see instantly
pushing
Kuno
right in up in the middle there. That's going to be interesting. Our cameraman is having a little bit of difficulties zooming on the legs. They're moving in right in the middle. No perimeter out whatsoever out here.
Yeah, and the Arsha getting trapped very, very early. Has to pop that V super quickly and is very low on the peripherals here. And it looks like this might just be Bishamonten's to take, but oh my goodness, the lawn is down. Instantly deleted there. The lawn down. The Archer is very low on the side of Give Up. So we're going to have to see, will they be taken out? Yes, they will. It is a 2 versus 2 situation here.
Archer's out, so now you don't have to worry about the perimeter, but right now it's not looking too good. They're kind of evenly matched in this in terms of the amount of members that they have, but without the perimeter damage, I'm not sure what Give Up is going to have to do here.
Yeah, it's a bit of footsie in right now. The DK does eat quite a bit of damage, but does manage to back up, reset ever so slightly. Volvo is decently doing okay. But the damage just continues to fly in, and we do get a knockdown, and another V popped there. Another escape has gone.
DG is providing that back damage out there, just popping every skill they can and forcing out that V. Now we're going to have to see how they're going to close out this match.
Yeah, we have a lot of posturing going on here, waiting for that kill shot. Marchal is very low on that DK. Might just find themselves in a world of hurt. Raining some damage on from the back. Is getting good connections, but is in a very precarious situation. As we see things now starting, it looks as though it might be the start of the end here for Bishamonten.
No, Visual Eye right there with that Mystic play right there. Is able to actually counter out, make sure to get the DRs, and then start grabbing people.
Yeah, it is a Kuno against a Mystic and another Kuno. Will Windows 99 be able to handle this one? Or will it seal its own fate? Trying to get in, getting a lot of damage in, stacking up incredibly well. Does manage to get hit, knocked down, and that will do it for round number 1.
Yeah, right there. What we saw was that the DK was doing really well on the perimeter, making sure all that damage comes in, but then just pushed in too far, and the Mystic caught him.
I mean, he did manage to stack both of them together and was popping off, like, you know, the skills right in front of the face on top of 2 of them, and it was doing really, really well, but all it took was 1 CC against him, and he had no chance whatsoever. And the problem with the Kuno is you kind of do, especially the Suk Kuno, you have to be up and in the grills of your opponent, and it's a little bit difficult, especially in a 2v1 situation like that, to come out on top.
And now we're going into round 2 here. Again, going up the middle with someone else peeling off on the side there, and it wasn't the Archer, surprisingly. Now meeting in on the side over here. We're seeing a 1v1 here, but got out, and now there comes a group play here. Well, I don't know. The Archer is pushing in too close, in my opinion.
No, I think it's doing okay. It's trying to just keep the distance. They're trying to collapse in on that Archer, just making sure that that goes down. And putting the pressure on the Archer seems to be the play at the moment for Bishamonten because it works so well in that first round. But we might see Rondine again go down here. The Lon, struggling to stay alive, is trying to get out of dodge and does manage to do so, but is currently being chased. And the DK is down. Marchal is out.
No, when the Lon ran away, the DK was left on a 2v1. That's not good stuff there. Now Lon got deleted. Windows 99 all alone here. 3v1. This is not looking good. We have seen some hero moments, but this is not looking too well right now.
Yes, got to try and get it done. It's going to be difficult. Is knocked down and is out. And another round goes the way of Give Up, and this is looking like a straight 3-0.
Yeah, pretty much. What we saw there was when we saw the Lon kind of get out of dodge, the team Give Up just, okay, fine, you can run away. I'm going to take out the DK. And the DK, who's going to provide all the peripheral damage on that side, delete and then start focusing in.
Yeah, the DK was kind of important in that first round, did last a lot longer than the Lon, and was able to apply the pressure needed to kind of push that team forward. Taking out the DK super early, though, bad news bears for Bishamonten. Will they be able to get the reverse sweep here? We're gonna find out. The middle is rushed again, and we do see this time the DK peeling off ever so slightly, trying to get the wrap around. Will it work out? We have a bit of back and forth here as Visual trying to find anything it can as a Mystic, not catching anything so far. And there we go. There's the DK. The DK instantly bursted down to 62%.
No, I'm not sure if you're aware, but that Visual as a Mystic, what it was doing was just getting all the buffs ready through all of those attacks and using that as movement, which was very smart on Visual's part. Got in real close and I was able to do a lot of damage there because, Thunder Pound goes burr. So it works out really well for them. That's a very strong Mystic gameplay there.
Yeah, Windows 99 still surviving, is the only member not to die early, and V's out of the grab. Just trying to get away from that. And we just have a little bit more posturing here. The DK is now on its own, I believe, is kind of isolated over there and might find its way into the ground as the Lon goes down again. Rondine not managing to survive a round is the first kill, I believe, in each round. The DK is down, and it's down to Windows 99 to be able to bring this back.
And, we're focusing in on Agni here as the Archer because, down to slivers of health and is able to keep up the damage on the outside, knowing that their teammates are going to be able to focus up. And there you have it. That is a 3-0 for Give Up. And again, I do want to say the score doesn't really showcase how close that was because it was just as soon as one person went down, Give Up went as like a wolf pack and went after the next.
Yeah, it kind of did. As you said, it did resemble a wolf pack. They tried to pick off 1v1v1, and it happened each time. They would catch someone on their own. That person would be deleted. Okay, we need to go find the next person.
Yeah.
And then they'd split the two off from each other, take down one, take down the last one. So it was incredibly good on that.
Absolutely. Let's take a look back on some of the stuff that we have from that match. Hopefully we can pick out some moments there to kind of look into.
Yep.
Moving into it. Yeah, right over here is what we were kind of talking about. Agnia moving out on the side, got a lot of damage on them, and then we're just like, all right, look, I'm going to peel back and start focusing on the one person that I know our team is going after.
Yeah, I mean, it did go down in that first round, but look how long it survived with next to nothing in the tank. The Lon went down on Bishamonten, and that seemed to be the play, because you cannot really tell just by looking at that which round this is, because Rondine went down first every time.
Yeah, it was basically picking off the Lon as much as you can, especially because Lon is going to take a lot of damage. So they just knew, all right, if you're going to get out of dodge, I'm going to focus on Marshall because well-known DK, I'm taking you out, you're a threat. And then if you didn't get out of dodge as a Lon, no, I'm wiping you out.
Yeah, they just could not manage to get this going. And, this is a best of 5. You have to come straight out the gates, and the longer you need to warm up, the worse it's going to be for your team. And it just seemed like Bishamonten could never get out of that first gear.
This is the movement that I was talking about. You can tell with any of the punch skills that they have in terms of moving, okay, here's where all my buffs are going to come in. This is phenomenal Mystic play. we saw in some of the earlier clips, and maybe we'll see here as well, the Mystic is the one that jumps in, gets those CCs, and everyone else just piles on. If the Mystic is not there, you fan out.
Yeah.
This is insanity. Windows 99 hung on as long as they could.
Definitely the hero of his team, but unfortunately, just not managing really to get the damage down to pick people off.
Yeah.
As Kuno, you kind of do want to get into those situations where you might be able to take out one on their own, and they just never could. The other Kuno, Volvo, was just a little bit better in terms of picking off, Windows 99's teammates.
Yeah. And like I said, Give Up has that team play involved there. With the Lawn, it wasn't so much as, okay, the Lawn is the first one to be picked off. It's because they weren't communicating well enough on that one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting out of dodge. You guys need to get out as well. And so there you have it. Even though it looks like that, I say Bishamonten did a really good job, and I hope to see them. I will see them later on, and I hope that their team play gets a lot better than that.
Yeah, and we just have confirmation. Give Up did get the clean sweep against Bishamonten, and they will be going to the grand finals, but we will soon be finding out who is going to join them. And each time...
My tag is at an angle. I'm trying my best to keep it up there. All right. Who's our next matchup?
Right. I have to read this off the paper because it's really hard to read and I don't read Japanese. It's Sankasho Kudasai
on the left
against Wani Wani on the right.
There we go. And again, we see another Mystic here. We got confirmation from our Japanese GM that was good pronunciation. Thank you for that. Very similar compositions. You have, fists, axes.
I mean, axes are the best weapons. We all know that, right?
And a bit of magic. Because Nova has magic-y stuff.
I mean, does she, though? She kind of just,
Dude, she has like a demon that comes out. That's pretty magical.
Is that really magic? Is that really magic?
What do you mean?
Look, man, all I'm saying, wizards shoot fire. Nova just, sprays a bit of ice on the floor and hopes everyone slips over.
Is ice not magic to you?
Nah.
I don't know what to say to you right now. Anyways, both these teams, I will say, the Mystic gameplay from, oh my god,
Can you use it?
Shokudasai? From Shokudasai, that team, their Mystic gameplay is completely different. So I hope you guys get to really check this one out.
Yeah, and it is a Suck Mystic again. I believe it's a Suck Guardian and a Suck Nova on Sankasho Kudasai. And on Wani Wani, it's a Succession Guardian, an Awakening Striker, and an Awakening Wizard.
There you go. See, Kudasai goes up right up the middle, and again, they're holding their position. This is what we saw from both teams before. Look, constant communication, trying to get the engage, trying to bait people in there. No one's kiting around. No one's trying to do that. This is completely, we're all in this together.
Yeah, and it is very much a shields up position here from Team Sang. I'm just going to say Team Sang is shorter. And here we go. All hell is breaking loose. I believe that is Awakening Mystic, not Succession. And look at that. That was Control-A delete. On the side is Sanko Sho Kudasai. Wow.
Okay. Let's review what we saw there.
We saw a lot of posturing.
Everyone was posturing. They were trying to make sure, get their distances. And then both, apparently, at the same time, were like, you know what? Spam LTRT. You know what I mean? And it worked out for one team over the other. But that posturing is what we saw a lot in the round of 32 and in the 16, where they were just trying to figure things out. And as some people in the chat are saying, Nova did clean that up a lot.
Yeah, once things start stacking up, the Nova summons can rip hell. So maybe we need to see a bit of an adjustment here from Wani Wani, where they might separate out a little bit more, but we'll have to see. Again,
from
the
Wani
middle
Wani,
section is being held.
From Wani Wani, I do want to say you do want to be careful with that Guardian. That Guardian is one of the top in Asia by far. But again, this is just looking like they just went right down the middle again. Wani Wani needs to be able to figure this out properly here. And now all you have left is the Guardian. Guardian 3v1 is not going to work out too well here.
Yeah, and Kanya Zoo is absolutely ripping hell. And that is that. These are incredibly quick rounds between these two teams.
Yeah, Kudasai is what they're doing, and you can kind of see this, right? They went again in the middle and then burst damage. Yeah. Every single bit of burst damage, because they're all conglomerated in the middle. And no one's communicating if, because what I saw over there was the Guardian would kite to the left.
Yep.
But no one else went to the right. They just went with the person.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out.
And we do see the Mystic kind of going behind and kind of pushing people into that Guardian and Nova as well. If you look, she'll jump in, put a couple of skills on the back, and it seems to cause a little bit of panic on that back line.
Yeah.
And it just causes all kinds of hurt for Wani.
Wani's trying to let out that lava out there just to try and bait them in, but they're pushing right through. Kudasai is just going right through that. They're like, nope, we're going right on in because they got the movement skills, but Double Action went down. Okay. Guardian taking a lot of damage here. Wani's got to regroup on this. They got to play this one out properly. One thing that we saw a lot in this tournament is that people didn't play the time at all. Like we're up one person. We can play out the time a bit and regroup. They don't do that. They're going right on in here.
Yeah, we can see all kinds of hurt getting laid down here, but not much getting done. As we do see a knockdown here on Wani. Will he be able to be taken out? No. The juggle is out, but look, Kenyazu is going low. 16% has to V out of this. Trying to survive, but without the Nova, they just kind of look a little bit lost.
They are looking a little bit lost. And again, it was the posturing. As soon as you break down one of the rear guards, you're going to go straight on in. And now we're seeing a lot more damage kind of being focused in on Baru over there. And Baru went down, and all you have left now is the Mystic. But the Guardian went down as well, so I don't know if this is going to be a good trade-off for them.
We'll have to see. We do see the jump in here. Where is everyone? Wani is here trying to do what he can. Dodging around the structures. Does get walked into, but is stunned by Kenyazu. Can he finish it off? He's trying his hardest.
No, but Burial came in with the save there. For Wani the Wizard here, you can't go in there all alone. You're the support here. You gotta help Burial, kind of finish the job here.
We do get the knockdown. Kenyazu is down.
Kenyazu taking a lot of damage here.
Is he going to be able to fight? No, he will not.
There it is.
And maybe the comeback is on Wani. They take a round here, and it's 2-1.
Absolutely. Like we saw there, when you have that Mystic left alone there, you saw the Mystic starting to pick out the Wizard because that's the matchup you want. You want to take out the Wizard and then try your hand at the Striker and see where you go from there because that's going to be down to inputs and judging your distance. But if you take out the Wizard, you're good. But then you saw Burial come in, support the Wiz and go, all right, you're the support. I'm going to go in. You just throw every single magic spell you got, and we're going to go from there.
Throw everything and the kitchen sink at them and see what lands. Will that work this time round? We see, again, taking that central position with shields up is Sankasho Kudasai.
They're doing well here. The Guardian just kind of fell off the edge, and that's not going to be all right.
And we see the slow crawl coming up from the Nova and the Guardian. The Guardian jumps in, and it's all hell breaking loose again. And when this happens, it all goes right for Sankasho Kudasai as they get down one. Lewis is low. Wani trying to do what he can. He is still super healthy, but he needs a teammate to be able to win this one.
Kudasai, basically, you just saw it. They're right in, pushing right on in. It's that initial burst damage. You're pushing them back against the wall so they can't go left or right and focus everything. And now that runs it up. We are down. Wani has been taken out here.
Yeah, I mean, the strategy there was sound. There is nothing you can say. Basically, push forward into the middle, wait, get your opponent in the position you want, and then just absolutely bum rush down, making sure there is no escape through the back. There is no escape through the sides because they kind of get trapped in that little gate area, and you just throw absolutely every AoE down that you can.
Yeah.
Stuff deletes itself.
It was that posturing. Basically, you saw Kudasai come in right up the middle, go in, okay, we've claimed the middle, and start going backwards a little bit more, and they force Wani to go back, and it's like, okay, we're going to launch everything. I don't care if you put your lava out on the floor. I don't care what traps you put on the floor. I'm going to rip every bit of damage so you start pushing them out.
Yeah. Just absolute slapping there. And we'll see it again. This is where, Sankasho Kudasai, they really, really excelled. It's just that holding on, waiting for the burst damage, and then just laying everything down. And Wani just couldn't seem to peel off. They couldn't separate from each other to avoid that AoE. And they just got absolutely hammered in here.
Yeah, you saw there with the Mystic, the way that they're moving is very different from other Mystics that we've seen so far. But again, it's, all right, I'm the tank. I'm going to go run in, even though there's a Guardian on there. You come in after me, and the Nova's going to spray all the cover fire possible. But once the Nova was taken out, your cover fire is no longer there. And so when you saw in this match here, panic. Panic ran through the entire team. Okay, we don't have our cover fire. Now what do we do? Well, who's going to cover for us? And Wani had that strategy down there, but couldn't keep up that strategy.
Well, yeah, they just couldn't repeat it. But again, the Nova going down it kind of seemed like it came out of nowhere. Like it was perfectly fine 1 second. Didn't even get the chance to V out of it. Just got absolutely like slapped silly with all the damage coming down. But even when it was 2 against 1, Wani really did struggle to put the last bit of damage down to complete those combos, to get them down. They just couldn't juggle well enough, it seemed.
They did a great job, though. Props to both teams here, just trying to... they had very similar strategies. It was the initial burst damage that was the biggest difference between the two teams. When Wani tried to do burst damage in the beginning, Kudasai basically started kiting on both sides, and we're just like, now you're going to have to split up your own forces. You can't just target fire on us.
Yeah.
And they flipped that strategy right around again, and it's just like, you're not kiting around? Okay, I'm just going to straight up rock you.
And we see that the Guardian is the first one in, and the Nova from the back just lays down the hurt. But you can see that the whole of Wani was kind of stuck on that corner there. They couldn't get out. There was no way to avoid any of the damage. And the Guardian is key in that kind of snake bite.
Yeah.
They curl up, they coil up, and then they just wait.
Absolutely, yeah. And, here's the results again. It was 2 up, then Wani came back with a win, trying to figure out their strategy, but in the end, Kudasai takes this one.
Yeah, but don't worry, Wani are still in this. They will be in that 3rd and 4th place match as Sankasho Kudasai make their way to the grand finals. It's going to be a super tight fight between the two teams in both the 3rd place and the actual grand finals, I feel.
Absolutely, and very, very different
approaches
and team compositions in general. Yeah. In our 3rd place matchup, we're going to see basically every class is different from one another. In the finals, we have a couple similar, but again, the way that you use these classes are going to be completely different. The way that you place that Mystic in your team composition is going to be very different for both finals teams.
Yeah, absolutely. It is very interesting to see how they kind of, handle those Mystics, because they do play very differently.
Absolutely.
And we see the brackets here. Just to confirm, Bishamonten and Wani will be your 3rd and 4th place match, and Give Up and Sankasho Kudasai will be the other team in the finals. Is it Sankasho Kudasai, which is basically like, just give us the participation rewards? That's the name of the team, right?
Yeah, that's the translation of it. The translation of it is like, let us be the participatory rewards.
They're not making up the numbers anymore. They will be in the grand finals, but we're going to get into this game very shortly. Bishamonten versus Wani. We see the DK, Lon, and Kuno of Bishamonten against the Guardian, Mystic, and Wizard.
Yes.
Not Mystic, Striker. Striker and Wizard.
Yeah.
On the side of Wani.
And here it's going to be a little bit more different, because what you saw with Bishamonten is that they're just going to bum rush you.
Yep.
And they got to get their communication on point here. If you see someone peeling off from your own team, you got to start assessing, okay, now I got 2 people on me. Am I going to survive this? Probably not. Let's start pulling back a bit, or at least try to stall for some time.
100%.
Whereas with when you see with Wani, they're conglomerated as a group here.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to kite them off, because they don't do that.
Yeah, they don't peel. That might come back to hurt them.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit with, if you separate and move your players around and try to wrap in on the middle and then just lay everything in that central part, that could work.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it depends if they can get that bum rush first.
I'm gonna in terms of predictions, and I don't have a vested.
You don't have a horse in the race.
Yeah, I don't have a horse in this race, but because there's no Mystics in this matchup. But in this one, in the finals, there's 2 Mystics on either, or a Mystic on either team. That's gonna be a problem for me. Anyways, in this one, I'm going to go with Wani Wani because I do like the way that they play.
Yeah.
As a group, they're laying out traps and trying to make sure everything goes. If Bishamonten can get that burst damage right off the bat, then they can kind of do it. If they don't get that done, and that burst damage has to come from the DK at a distance, and then have kind of Lon and Kuno kind of clean that up a bit, then they got a shot. But I don't know.
The DK is the kind of wild card factor in this because it can lay down the hurt, right? An Awakening DK. The Awakening Dark Knight is very, very good at laying down that damage from behind.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm kind of surprised because I just never thought that these team compositions would make it this far, honestly speaking. And now we're underway with this. We have Wani Wani on Team B, and we have Bishamonten on Team A. And again, Wani Wani is posturing here. You see it here again. I don't know if they're going to be able to kind of kite around the side there. And Team A, Bishamonten diving right on through with the thing. And again, Wani Wani is trapped in the back here.
Yeah, breaking the defenses. That defensive line just did not hold up, but that Kuno is getting very, very low. Rondine is still up on the lawn. And we do see that Wani Wani seem to have, got their foot in this one. They might be able to, stabilize this, turn it around. But Wani Wani's getting a little bit low.
Yeah, with Wani Wani. And again, they're trying to stay right on in there together. You see they're over on top of your camera over there. They're trying to stay together. And when they're not together, there's an issue here. And again, this is going to be a lot of damage being taken in by Wani Wani. Wani Wani does go down. Now your support damage is gone. The Striker is going down. The Guardian is nowhere to be seen right now.
Yeah, the Guardian, I think, did V as well as the Striker here, and they're trying to group back up, but they are very low. Will he be able to survive? He does get the damage off, but Lewis is going down. Lewis is down, and it's a Striker against the world here, and he cannot do it. The DK from above lays down the old final hit there, I believe. And Bishamonten take round one.
Yeah, just like we said in the beginning. Oh, I was glad I was kind of right on the prediction. It's that the traps were set, the DK launched the initial attack, and then you saw the lawn fly through and just start, just spin. Spin as fast as you can, and then try to clean up as much as they could. But you saw that, and I don't know if they targeted the Wizard, but the Wizard went down first, and then they were kind of left all on their own, essentially. Yeah. There was no more damage being done there.
Well, we get into round two. Bishamonten did get the first round.
Bishamonten going in slowly here. And again, we see Wani Wani staying on their own side here. Oh, someone just jumped right on in there, didn't they?
They did, and everything, again, unleashed on both sides. And instantly that Striker is deleted out of this game. But
so
in return,
DK.
the DK is also deleted. And now we have a very interesting matchup.
Woo! Kuno went down too. This is what I mean. If they can survive that burst, they can do this. That Wiz has to play support here. Has to make sure that the Guardian can get them down. And they're trying to collaborate on the side over there, trying to make a plan. I'm going to say, that Guardian's going to rush right on there and they're trying to catch. And then the Wizard starts trying to throw down damage as much as they could, but the Lawn runs away.
Yeah, the Lawn does get away. Is she going to be able to find the angle to try and split the two off from each other? It doesn't look like they will. She does get captured out here, trying to just pull back and get away from everything. Cannot afford to really jump in against the two of them if they stick together. So Wani Wani, you can see, interestingly, they're just stuck next to each other, almost like there's a tether between the two players. Lewis always going up first, shield out, trying to tank anything, with Wani Wani from behind, trying to get the damage, and we just see the Lawn playing keep away here.
And you see this plan right here. If I were the Lawn, I'm taking out that Wiz first. I'm going after that Wiz and trying to make sure the Wiz is gone. This is right now, every time the Guardian engages, okay, now I got my Nimble Stride back, I'm bouncing and trying to hit up on that Wiz there, but got caught.
Yeah, tried it, found that angle finally, moving around, just trying to find the angle on the Wiz. Eventually gets it, the Guardian just turned around.
Pretty much. When it was a 2v1 there, again, this was a lot smarter play on Wani Wani's side.
Yeah.
Where the Wiz isn't the main, not playing hero right now. It's like, look, you go in and I'll try and cut him off on the sides. And if at any point the Lawn targets me, that Guardian's going to turn around and get the charge in.
Very much. I think that they could have played Wani Wani a little bit more as the bait.
Yeah.
Throw him in those uncomfortable positions, make it look as though the Guardian isn't ready, because the movement she has a pretty, she has decent mobility.
Yeah.
She could definitely get into and around the Wizard as soon as it gets captured. But here we go. Round 3 between these two teams.
Both are posturing now. Both are posturing, but one got cut off on the side and is trying to engage right here. And here it is again. If you can survive this burst, Wani, now you can kind of go away from here. Someone V'd on out of there.
Yeah, V's on both sides, I think. On all sides, actually. Trying to just regroup, reset. And that's especially important for Wani, who do have that insane burst with their 3 classes. But we do see the Striker taking quite a bit of hits.
They gotta make sure that the Wiz doesn't go down. Otherwise, Wani is kind of lost on the side there. Whereas for Bishamonten, that Lon has to be far more aggressive in trying to target that Wiz. The Wiz is down, though, and now the Lon is kind of free to kind of skate around and trying to see who they can go for. They got to start picking off. Who would you go after on this point?
Don't know. I'd leave the Guardian for last, I think. But either way, it's not the funnest of matchups when you're trying to catch a team of 2. But look at the damage coming in. They just grouped up. Wani caught, like, hands apart from each other.
Yeah.
And there's just so much burst on the side of Bishamonten that they just couldn't survive.
It was just raining DK purple, which was kind of insane. But again, with the Lon that we saw in there, played a little bit more aggressive, went after the right people when they could. As soon as they saw the Wiz was down, okay, now we can start focusing because they have no long distance range damage. So you saw the other 2 go in. The DK provided as, like, rained hell on them and then went from there.
Yeah, the Lon might have been suffering a little bit from, a little bit of mental damage from that first round where they just went down first every time.
Yeah, they're playing a lot better this time around, Bishamonten. And again, posturing. And this time, not an aggressive Bishamonten, but Bishamonten is kiting off around the side. You see DG Marshall over there, the DK, just hiding behind the building here. And it's going to start raining DK. I was correct. They just started raining DK in there.
Not catching anyone out much. Oh, no, wait.
Windows 99 went down there.
Yeah, Windows 99 down.
Wani laid up a whole bunch of blizzards and went from there. The Kuno went down, and now it's a matter of can Bishamonten take down one person at least to even the odds? Because right now their team composition is still okay.
Yeah, the Lon and the DK isn't a bad 2 to end up with, but Wani does take a face full of damage and is down pretty low. They cannot finish it. They have to disengage here to just try and survive.
Ooh, that Lon pulled back Burial as well as part of Lewis to get the focus on the Wiz. Wani does go down now, and now it's a 2v2. This is going to be a little bit difficult for Wani as there's no real long-range damage other than the DK just kind of charging right on in, and as well as the Striker there, but this is going to be kind of tough now.
Yeah, they are getting caught.
Raining DK already.
Yeah, it's going the way of Bishamonten so far. Burial does escape out of that one. What's going to happen here? They do catch. And Burial is down. Lewis is the last man remaining on that Guardian. Will he survive? Will they be able to get this done? They come out of V right in the middle of the arena there, but do manage to survive.
But Lewis just used up that charge there. That charge is supposed to be your exit out strategy, and that calls it for Wani. Bishamonten does take 3rd place. A job well done to Wani. A good performance there.
Yeah, excellent performance. Just couldn't get the gears moving in the right ways today, but they did well to get this far. Bishamonten, though, they look really good, and it kind of sets up this grand final because Give Up and Sankashoku Dasai, it should be a bloodbath between these two teams. They're incredibly strong.
It should be. One's more aggressive than the other. Let's go take a look back into the match that we just saw here. And again, this is the strategy that we always kind of see here. All the burst damage pushing Wani back in there. And what we saw from Bishamonten is that they kind of realized this and went for it.
Yeah.
You know, with the Kuno here, just tries to clean up as much as they can. Your basic perimeter damagers are going to be your DK and your Wiz. And as soon as one of them is out, now you have a huge advantage.
Yeah, they just couldn't really get much down on the side of Wani. Like, you look at it, and they kind of just get caught out. They're it's hard to say because when they grouped up, they got destroyed.
Yeah.
When they separated, they got destroyed.
Yes and no. So when I see them kind of grouping up together, again, a lot of it is, okay, Wani, you lay out that trap. Guardian, you're going to keep your charge in case they they kite you away. You can charge right on back. Your charge is not meant to be your damage. Your charge is to close massive distances, which you need in this kind of team environment.
Yeah, and we're just getting, the recap here of the game of Keep Away. The Lawn did well to survive as long as it did, but it's just one of those things. You can't run and win a match, You have to be able to get the damage down. And it just couldn't find that window. There
was that, but also one thing I want to say during the match was you saw Lewis, the Guardian, use the charge. As soon as that charge is burned, you go after that whiz because you can cover way more distance than the Guardian. And it was just a moment hesitation, couldn't take out the whiz.
Yeah, but the problem is the Lawn expended the Nimbus trying to stay away from everyone.
Oh, that's true, but if you're...
she still has plenty of mobility options, but the Nimbus was the one that seemed to...
Yeah,
that's the one you want.
Your Lawn Awakening, roll your face on the controller and you'll dash 18 times. You're going to be fine. That was the thing. I think it was a hesitation moment there.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that charge, I thought they were going to go after the Wizard, but they didn't, and that kind of cost them that round specifically.
Yeah, we see the Striker here trying to get in. Doesn't really lay as much damage as you'd expect, I think, a Striker this far in a tournament to be able to just put down.
Well, and I think a lot of people in chat have also kind of mentioned this. The Striker played far more defensively in terms of the kind of gear that you kind of see them kind of rocking, but didn't make use of that defensive power. You still tried to be an offensive juggernaut with a defensive mindset, and that didn't work out.
Yeah, and we just get confirmation of the third place match. Bishamonten 3-1 against Wani. And it was a good match between the two teams. I think it kind of really does set up this grand final because both these teams put up a decent performance against their opponents.
Absolutely. And again, not just today, but if you take a look at the round of 16 and the round of 32 that I believe for Asia, Kokomaru covered, their team play surpassed other teams, but in this moment with Give Up and Kudasai coming in, those guys are on a different level right now.
Yeah, they just seem to be head and shoulders above the rest, but we're almost ready to get into this grand final match. It's going to be Give Up against Sankasho Kudasai. I have to say it that way, otherwise I'll mess it up every time. Give Up is going to be Enslar, Brittany, and Hard Carry against Kanyazu, Baru, 1742, and Lucy.
Pretty much. And again, two Mystics on either side, but a lot of different kind of compositions here. You see with Kudasai having the Nova bringing in that, whatchamacallit, the magical damage in that sense with AoEs and whatnot. You have the Guardian who can close distances, whereas on Give Up, you have the Archer who's going to play your perimeter.
Yeah.
Your Mystic in that team is the one that's going to have to close up all the distances. And then you have your Kuno who's going to do Kuno things. And if the Kuno does Kuno things, the Ninja family tree curse may end today. And I'm excited for this.
I don't think it's going to end.
No, the Ninja family tree curse, because I'm trying to keep Armin's spirits alive. I adore him. I want his spirits to come alive. At least the cousin of Ninja as well make it here.
Yeah, but nobody remembers the cousin of Tom Brady. Who's Tom Brady's cousin? Nobody knows.
Jim Brady. You never know. So and also for me and my style of playing Mystic, Give Up is the one that I'm more familiar with and the style that I play, which is not even the same as on NA or EU, but it is the style that I most mirror. And our finals are beginning.
We're about to get underway. We do have Sankasho Kudasai as Team B. We have Give Up as Team A. And straight away, hell has been unleashed between these two teams.
Yeah, just, oh my god. This is just, use every skill you can, and if someone's dead, we did good. Baby Baru goes down. The Guardian does indeed fall here. The Nova and the Mystic on Kudasai are taking a heavy hits. Nova goes down, and now it's just the Mystic. A Mystic 3v1 is possible, but you got to play way more offensively than this.
It's going to be hard. And I like the way that Give Up kind of approached this matchup. They just did not let Sankasho Kudasai sit in that middle section. They didn't let them get set up, and they just applied the pressure straight out of the gates, and it's paid off perfectly so far. But Kanyazu is still holding on, but not much longer. Does go down, and Give Up take round 1.
Jeez. Kanyazu, good show there. That's like, that is high-level Mystic movement and protected Mystic movement. Yeah. Well done that. But on a 3v1, yeah, you're going to have a hard time. Because at that point, who do you focus on? For me, I would have, if I was good enough, I would have focused on taking out the Archer, move on, run around, try to stay away from everyone, take out the Kuno, then the Mystic.
But a 3 versus 1 with a team that can collapse down on you super quick, it's never going to work. But here we go. We're going to have to see can Sankasho Kudasai change things up here, and it doesn't look like they're slow out the gate, shields up.
And again, on Asia, you see both teams go down the middle. The Nova ran on, and the Archer playing very aggressively and very close, and now has kited backwards. And now we're a lot better here, a lot better pacing here. No massive burst damage and trying to spam L2, R2 together as much as you can. This is actual strategy, and I spoke too quickly. I spoke too quickly. They just burst out everything they could.
Yeah, the slower start definitely does seem to favor Sankasho Kudasai over Give Up, who, you know, they once set up, it just seems like this composition from Team B is just too good.
Yeah, right now with the Nova here, Nova was left alone for quite a while. Everyone collapsed on back in. Now it's a 3-on-2 over here with the Archer cutting around on the side. But the Archer went down.
Yeah, the Archer kind of got caught out there in the middle of all the chaos.
And the Kuno goes down, and now it is the absurdly aggressive Mystic named Visual. But could not make it through there. Could not make it through. You saw earlier on, Visual had used all of the movement skills to get all of the buffs up.
Yep. And
just couldn't reset, in a sense, to try and go for the 3v1. But like you said, yeah, the slow starts seem to have favored Kudasai.
Yeah, they definitely do kind of set up a kill zone, if that makes sense. Like, you see them posture. It's kind of like when you watch like a good soccer team play like tiki-taka football, where like, you know, you'll have 3 people, they'll be able to pass the ball in a diamond. But instead, they just have this giant kill zone in the middle of all 3 of them. And if you find your way in there and they are ready, they're set up, they just absolutely delete your health bar.
I think just meeting in the middle all the time is not going to do Kudasai any favors here.
No, we can already see 2 down, only Nova left, who probably could bring this up if they play defensively enough and find themselves in a position to just let the summons do the work. But she's still up, she's still running, but is taking hits, has the V here, and now it's a case of trying to find out where she is. Do they know? Will they catch her while she's still coming up off that V sickness? And there we go.
Axion's going to have to play out of his mind, but this is not looking favorable for Axion.
Nope. And it looks like down and out and Give Up. Take another round here.
Yeah, with Axion, I think Novas are able to do 3v1s and are able to kind of peel back all the damage and whatnot. But Axion is well known for playing on the outside and cleaning up when needed, not doing the initial burst damage.
Yeah, 100%. I just don't know what these 2 teams are going to do, because we saw first off that initial burst really did favor.
Like, yes. It favored Give Up.
Yeah, it favored Give Up. We saw a little bit of a strategy change from Sankasho Kudasai, who, when they get that slow start, it does help them out.
You see this here. This was the... oh, wait, they just jumped right back in. Nice, nice.
It's almost a repeat of the last round, but this time the Nova goes down first, and we just see Give Up. They turned on the kill switch here, and they are just going to town on Kudasai.
And with Nova out, now you've lost your outside damage, you lost your outside CCs. But again, the Mystic went down. Visual was way too aggressive in there. This is going to be interesting. Now you're going to have to see Kudasai actually collapse on into the Archer, and then you're kind of set. But you know, that Kuno's not going to make it easy, but okay, never mind.
Never mind that. Archer is down and out. And it's the Guardian and the Mystic. Can they get this done here? It is a 2v1 against the Kuno.
This is going to be interesting. You're going to have to send in the Mystic here because you're going to be able to take a little bit more damage, but the Guardian has to come in and clean up properly. Where is the Guardian assistance here? There we go.
Yep, one axe slam down, and that gives the round to Sankasho Kudasai.
Sorry, just at the end, you see the Guardian come into frame. It's like, boop. Just amazing. Whoever in the back who did that camera work, top notch. How'd you feel about that one? Because when I saw the Nova go down, I was very worried.
Yeah, it didn't look good. Like, Devil Axion has been the foundation of this team, seemingly. When they went down, I thought Sankasho Kudasai were in a world of hurt, but they managed to hold it. They kept things together, and they did eventually take down.
Kudasai moving to the left instead of right up the middle, and I don't know if that's going to work out well for you. The Guardian tried to pick off one, but it didn't really work out. Now you have a bunch of damage coming in right in the middle. Everyone's back in the fray again. This is what we've seen in the first few rounds already. Yeah,
the Archer there getting massive damage on the Guardian, who is very, very hurt, but tries to get in, but is caught out. Deleted here are the side of Sankasho Kudasai, and Give Up take the round.
Yeah, that was... Kudasai did do something different. They went up the left, but they all, again, went together and hit the pillar.
Yeah.
So when they hit the pillar, what happened was the Guardian started using the... Like I said, if you're going to use your charge skill, you're trying to close distances. You're not trying to kite out of there with it. Mm-hmm. That is a very silly move, in my opinion, at least. And when that happened, the Guardian had to try and come back, and it was eating a bunch of damage when that was happening.
They just got completely caught out there. But here we go. The Archer has been very important this match on the side of Give Up.
A lot of pew-pews on the side there, and the Mystic comes right on in. That is the aggressive style that I know of Visual. But the Archer got punished for that. They ignored the Mystic and went straight for the Archer. It is now a 3v2 with outside damage taken away from Give Up.
Yeah, the Archer did the same thing 2 or 3 rounds in a row and gets punished. It ended up, like, normally would go behind the lines and just start raining damage from behind. This time, though, like, Kudasai, they knew it was coming. They held back, turned around, and just deleted him off the face of the planet. And now they have the one-player advantage. We see damage coming down, and it looks as though Volvo is down and out. The Kuno is gone. The Mystic is the last woman standing.
And there we go. Yeah. That, oh my god, that was insane. When you saw the Mystic just burst on in, Kudasai was just like, you know what? I'm going to let you finish over here. I'm going to go after that Archer. And they rained in on the Archer. And then what you saw them regroup and go, okay, I'm going to wait this one out. Yeah. Right? And get all my skills back. And then I'm going to start targeting them one by one. And it's always the same order. It is Archer, then Kuno, then Mystic. And they have that down. As long as they get that, then I think Kudasai has a shot.
Yeah. Kudasai have been playing very, very well. It is 3-3. Remember, this is a best of 9. So first to 5 will win it. It has been neck and neck so far between these two teams. We do see the Archer
that's
here.
A lot of posturing over here. Visual is kind of running up on the side and now hanging back again. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if Visual is going to be smart going in all alone again. They're just going to push past and go for the Archer again.
Yeah, the Archer knows this time not to jump too far forward. Is playing much more defensively, much more at the back, not trying to get over the top of everyone else.
But Agnia spent too much time trying to get around the pillar. They were dodged way too differently here. And now they're focusing in on the Archer. Again, taking out the peripheral damage as fast as they can here. This strategy, Give Up has to know that this is happening here.
They do, but look at this, the turnaround. Give Up, open the trap, laid it down, and there's only one left on the side of Sankasho Kudasai. It is a Guardian against the world. And the world is the winner. Give Up, take that round. And we are one away from crowning the champion of the Asia region.
Yeah, that was kind of insane. I thought when the Archer was kiting around and took too much time that they were going to get caught there. But you saw the Mystic. And again, making sure that you're using your movement skills to collapse in and close the great distances, as opposed to essentially running away when you need to.
Yeah.
They just came right back in, rained as much damage as they could, and went back out.
It seemed like they were far too focused on getting the Archer.
Yeah.
And that focus kind of caused them to, how can I say this? Caused them to just completely lose the strategy that had been working so well, which is like, putting people left and right.
Yeah, and again, you see Give Up with the same strategy. Take out that Nova as fast as you can. Yep, they're just trying to go right on in there. You see the Mystic running right in. Volvo trying to keep up with that Mystic, or covering as much damage as they could. And the Nova does go down now.
Yeah, the Nova caught out, so it's a 3v2. This could be the final game of the evening. Kanyazu trying to do what he can. Baby Baru as well, but both are low. Both are caught out. Baby Baru eating so much damage. Last one surviving, but not surviving for long. And we have the champion. Give Up. Take it all. They are the winners.
Give Up takes all of it. Jeez, they just rained down as much damage as they could right at the end there.
It very much felt like a tap. Occasionally it would drip, occasionally it would flood, and the damage flooded out of Give Up in those last two sets.
Yeah. How did you feel about Give Up strategy in that one there? Because, again, it was the same thing, going after the Mystic, or not the Mystic, the Nova as fast as you can, and then start picking everyone off.
Well, it definitely felt like the Nova was as I said, the foundation of that team. The Nova goes down, and things seem to collapse, if that makes sense. It seems things didn't go right once that Nova was down.
Pretty much. And, again, we see over here, Volvo trying to do as much damage and tries to stay with the Mystic as much as possible, but then if you take too much damage, you want your Archer to kind of provide peripheral damage so that you can kind of get on out. They're just trying to sweep everything, and it's almost always the same strategy. Nova or Guardian first, generally Nova, and then try to pick off the remaining pieces here.
Yeah, and nothing seemed to go right for Sankashoka Dasai. Like, when they won, it felt very, very hard-earned. It felt like they had to put in heart and soul to get the win. But when Give Up won, it felt like almost, just done.
Yeah, pretty much. And again, if you see in these clips here, that Archer is putting in overtime work, trying to make sure we're doing as much damage as possible, or not as much damage as possible, but providing as much cover fire as possible. And when you saw the Nova try to play hero, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, just too many catches. And I mean, we can look at this all day, but we know that, Give Up are the champions. They've done it. They've gone through the gauntlet here, through the Asia tournament, and they are your champions. And I mean, look at this. Collapsing. Everything was just kind of stuck together. Big hits from the Guardian. And that is what helped Sankashoka Dasai. But look, the Nova is the one that was the linchpin of this team. Everything kind of revolved around the Nova.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as the Nova went down, there were a bit of a panic in there because they just didn't know what to do without that cover fire.
Yeah, they lost a lot of the structure of the team.
Yeah, whereas when you see with Give Up, and again, this is what I meant by team play, when you see Give Up and you see that Mystic just collapse in on somebody, Volvo is going around the side, Agnia's in the back, trying to provide as much fire as possible so that Visual, the Mystic, does not get caught in a whole bunch of burst damage. There was one time when Kudasai, we got a slow-mo, okay. I didn't know we had the power to do slow-mos here. I was unaware.
I think it's the absolute survivability of that Mystic that we're looking at there, because it should have gone down. It was very, very low. It was caught right on the edge of the damage there. Managed to get away, heal up, look after its resources, and I think they won this one, right?
Yes, they did. Yeah, they definitely won this one because it was the Kuno that was left. They took out Agnia, and then Visual pushed in too much.
Yeah.
And they collapsed all their damage on Visual. They traded a kill, and then they went after Volvo.
So what could have been, if that Mystic had gone down...
This is where the Guardian comes in.
Yeah.
Boop, boop. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, that could have been so much different if that Mystic had gone down. That Mystic was so close to just disappearing out of the game, out of the match. Manages to just survive. Rotates the super armors. Gets out of dodge. Manages just to, live.
Absolutely, yeah. And, I have a personal bias in this. Both Mystics did really well. was it Kena Yuzu from Kudasai, as well as Visual from Mystic, or from Give Up. Visual is a very aggressive player, and you see that a lot here. And again, the team composition makes sense for this.
Yeah.
Whereas where you see with Kudasai, the Mystic had to wait on a lot of, even though the Nova was the cover fire, it is also your massive burst damage as well as the Guardian. So you're playing a very different style of Mystic there. And the aggressive one won out on this one.
Yeah, we can see the Nova here trying to do what he can. Gets that shield up, does get caught out, and that was murder. She wrote 2 at the same time. Both the Nova and the Mystic went down, and the Guardian, as strong as a Guardian can be, does kind of struggle in those 2v1 matchups in Arena of Arsha.
Absolutely. And again, when you have the 2v1s, you have to really change up how your current playstyle is, especially if you are Kudasai, because Kudasai plays a very defensive, opportunistic style. And when it becomes a 2v1, you can't do that anymore. You have to be more opportunistic as opposed to defensive.
Yeah, and we have confirmation of the results of this best of 9. Give Up 1-1, lost 1, 1-1, lost 1. And it went back and forth up until that final set there where they went back to back. An excellent back and forth between Give Up and Sankasho Kudasai. What a game.
Yeah, I'm just happy, man. Mystic is in the finals.
2 times over.
Mystic was first place. Mystic was second place. It's all coming up Mystic, baby. This is
and not a Zerk or a Musa to be seen anywhere.
But the ninja family tree curse is slightly broken as the cousin, Akuno, took first.
I mean, come on, man. That's not how it works. The Kuno does not redeem the years of ninja failure.
Listen. What's good for the family is good for the family, all right? So like, they all went in. No, I'm really excited. I'm glad everyone got to see like 2 very different styles of Mystic play. You got to see very different team compositions as a whole. And the difference between like an aggressive team versus a very passive team and things like that. Or I shouldn't say passive, but defensive in that sense.
Yeah.
And again, it was really weird to me today. Everyone just ran up the middle.
Yeah. It was very much like we only know one direction, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that is the Arena of Arsha 2022 Asia Black Desert Console Finals. What is after this?
Right. Next up will be the Europe matchup, I believe, if time zones are correct. Europe will be
Time
next.
zones make sense, yes.
Yeah. And then it will be NA, and they will be handled by our, compatriots over in America. I think it's Armin, Sly Nations.
And we may see a special appearance by Durgaf and or Delph.
Yeah. And
it really depends on that. But yeah, I'm really excited for them. They're always going to do a bang-up job. I think and again, if you're going to watch all the finals, Asia's team compositions are more similar to EU. NA is just NA.
Yeah.
But we have, if you guys have been following on the other streams, when the round of 32 and the round of 16s, there were giveaway coupons where we give a coupon, one person is able to use it and collect it. We have a coupon for everybody.
For console.
Yeah, on console. If you are console. If you are joining us from PC, thank you, but unfortunately this is not for you. If you're joining us from mobile, thank you. Why? But it is also not for you. This is for console. Arena of Arsha 22 AS for Asia. You will get Elion's Cheer ×2. Combat and skill EXP plus 300% for 60 minutes. 2. Item collection increase scrolls. 2. Blessed message scroll. 2. Supreme Old Moon scroll. 2. Crown Stones, Fitty, and Ancient Spirit Dust, Hundo.
Yeah, and don't forget, there might be more coupons coming later on, so stay tuned. Make sure you jump in and, join in the EU and NA tournaments. They should be absolutely fire. There's a lot of, let's say, heat between some of the teams that are in the finals in those regions.
There's a lot of stories to be told there, but yes, please do share that coupon code. It does go until May 19th.
Yeah, that sounds right.
People in the back, please let me know. There is a time period on that. Please make sure you do collect this. As Sharon said, check out the EU stream. That will be next, not immediately next, but next. And then it will be the NA tournament. Please do share that coupon code with everyone on console.
Yeah, and we just want to say a big thank you to the teams that participated in the tournament, even the ones that knocked out before this. But today's teams, Bishamonten, Give Up, Sankasho Kudasai, and Wani Wani, all put on an excellent show today. And that final could not have been closer between two very well-matched and different teams.
Pretty much, yeah. But again, like I said, came up all Mystic, man. I'm happy. Because Mystics don't exist in the West. You know what I mean? They just don't. So
I think there's one Mystic in Europe, if I remember correctly. I had a list of which classes have been represented so far.
I don't play Mystic on Europe, so it can't be me. I play Mystic on NA, so that would be
It's never going to be you anyway.
It could be.
I've seen your thumbless behavior.
It's awesome. What is the coupon again? Arena of Arsha 22 AS.
Yes, Arena of Arsha 22 AS.
For those of you in chat, please help me out and put it on both YouTube and Twitch. I know it's already on Twitch, but I don't know if someone on YouTube has already copy and pasted this one. Is the console ones tomorrow? Oh my god, I'm treating this like an update stream. Are they tomorrow? It depends on your time zone. The Europe one is April 16th, 6:30 p.m. UTC +1. The NA one, the NA tournament, will be April 17th, 6:30 p.m. PDT.
Sounds about right. There we go. There it is. Good job.
Boom! Okay, so those are those ones there. Okay.
So NA will be April 17th. EU will be April 16th. And yeah, I think that about does it, right?
Yeah, that wraps it up from us. And again, thank you guys for chilling with us. It was a lot of fun to do this for you guys.
Yeah, and once again, thank you to all the teams. Thank you for the viewers joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to show these Asian finals for the Arena of Arsha 2022. And yeah, I mean, huge congrats to Give Up, who are the champions of the region.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, I think that's us done, right?
Yep.
See you next time.